You are absolutely right. Many people are losing money in real estate. Let me explain you why they're losing money through this model. Imagine this is a market cycle, right? So if you look at it as an x-axis and y-axis, you got time and you got growth. If you're looking from here, if this is the baseline, every market in Australia goes through this sort of cycle. So there'll be a time when it'll start growing up to a point where it gets here, which is at the peak of the market, and it starts dropping down as you go along. And there are some markets which stop here or somewhere here, but there are also markets which go below as well. So you as a buyer might have to be aware of what markets you're trying to get into and where you want to encash the markets as well. A lot of the savvy investors, they try to get in here as much as possible at the time when it's about to peak up. But who is going to time the market perfectly? There's hardly anyone who can get exact timing to the dot and say this is when the market is going to shift. So there are many people who try to get in, say 5, 10, 15 minutes early, that being 3 hours late, right? So if you look into it, there might be people who are trying to just jump in here. When they see the trend coming up, they want to jump in, or they might be monitoring the market and they might be planning for it to say, look, this is where approximations are. They are following it day to day. And then they try to jump in somewhere here or somewhere here as such. But what a lot of people do, where they lose money, are the people who are following the news and they're going by the FOMO to say, oh, if I don't buy anything now, I might not find anything later. Or there are some people who come in and say, the market is going really well. Say they're just following the market from here all the way to the peak. And then they'll say, you know what, I'll go with a short-term window. Property is always a long-term plan, right? And you got to plan for 10, 15, 20 years and above, right? But there are people who come in to say, I'll make money in 2 years and go. So what they might do is they potentially buy a property somewhere here, which is at the peak of the market, right? And since they buy in the next 2 years, the market will be somewhere here or here. So they're stuck in a point where they can't sell. They can't sell at a loss. So they're buying at the top and they're losing money day by day as they hold on to the property. And this is where they complain, saying that, oh my God, the market is all going down. I might as well sell them and get out of this particular property as such. And that is where they lose the money. What some people can do is they go buy the property and they give it a lot of time to get into it. Say, for example, what you're seeing is a short-term market gap. And this gap of when it picks, when it drops, and again when it picks, varies upon different markets to markets. Again, in saying that not every city goes the same way, not every suburb grows the same way. So there are markets within markets. You can always look into it. But why property can be really good is, imagine the same thing. This is what we are looking in a short-term view. Imagine if you're looking at a long-term view. Say, for example, the time which we spoke about, if you're talking about 50-year window, when you look at it from a largest scheme of things, the market, yes, it will do it up and down as such. But what it will do is, it will be doing this as you go along. If you take the average numbers, the property prices are always going to be here. Say, for example, what might be in 1990s, for example, to what it is now in 2025. It's not 50 years yet, but you can see where the market was here to where the market is here. So this is the growth if you hold the right properties at the right time and how long you're going to hold on to it. So guys, if you are thinking about, I'm going to lose money on the property, let me explain you. I haven't met one person in my life yet where they said, I held the property for 25 years and I lost money on it. There are always people making money, but it's a slow game. You got to understand and you got to plan for the long-term hold as well. I hope that helps.